welcome everyone to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man, and some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, 2 former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that, too. They just had a few.
There he goes. Turning on the Jets. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing... Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, LSU!
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog, coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession 1, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. Back to pass, it's Carr. Dances away to buy time. And that ball is live in the backfield. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense, they play with so much aggression, and they're always trying to get extra hats to the football. You have got to protect this thing at all costs. Lucky that ball rolled out of bounds.
And they're able to make the tackle.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Makes a man miss. Fighting off the defender. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but, man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Catch in the middle, it's Pauly. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
They'll run it to the right side. Running into the open space. Turning it on. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. To the air, it's Carr. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets...
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. It's a seam wide open. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the top, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The toss to the outside. Got enough for the first down. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marking out of bounds at the 46. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
Flushed out of the pocket. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the big fella. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! Quick strike through the air for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Out of the gun to give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Makes the grab. It's Fields. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Got it in the middle. It's Love. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Trying to get it to the marker. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Can't get him to the ground. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Wants to throw. It's Carr. It's complete on the right side. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fields. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. Powers through. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's finally ushered out of bounds, but not before. He makes a good gain. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly in the big tight. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. 1st and goal, and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Trying to bully their way in. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some...
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo.
The extra point is blocked. Now he can return this. Crosses midfield. The 30. Past the 20. He's at the 10. He takes it all the way back for the 2. And that fumble just lets the air out of what was a really impressive drive.
You got to finish drives, Reese. I mean, you're out here and you're executing and you're putting something together and you're building and you're creating momentum. You cannot turn the ball over and give all the momentum again back to your opponent.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Out of the gun, the inside give. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
Release to the back. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Back to throw, it's Carr. Buys a little extra time. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throws to the wideout. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. They'll go with a direct snap. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time.
Wide open spaces. Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but...
Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And a lot of times...